So welcome to our new episode. This week we've got quite a busy shop here, and we actually have a special guest, Neil. He's done extensive work with the OEM brands before. He's got experience working at a couple of the Japanese brands, a couple of the Chinese brands. So he's joined us today to kind of give us his input and take on what's happening in the market, what are the styling options available, and what's kind of going on with the brand.
Thanks guys. My name is Neil. I've been in the industry for about 17 years now. And I've met Carbon Bros maybe 2 years now.
About 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago via some of our dealer network. We did some work with them on kits and so I think we're going to start off with how the market is changing direction from the styling and tuning and detailing. And the Japanese brands, the kind of journeys that kind of continues.
So just on that, so obviously we had, what did we have last week? Tiggo 7.
Tiggo 7.
Remember we were chatting about the Tiggo 7 and we're actually comparing the price of a Tiggo 8, which is a 7-seater, to an X7. We have that discussion. Now, can you imagine people are going in with BMWs or Mercs, whatever, they're all trading in their cars to buy Chinese cars because it's a 7-seater, the value for money.
Yeah, no, I think as planning from our side, the value of what we are doing at a higher manufacturing level is coming into the local South African market. So you see that many Chinese brands are coming through with it. Traditionally, Chery has been leading the way. And I think we have Haval, that's been here for more than 10 years. Bike's been here for more than 10 years. And the other brands, Jetour, GAC, all are coming in. There's a coherent shift on the market in terms of what's we're offering in the Chinese business.
Yes.
And I think with Japanese brands moving away from the fancy S2000s and those type of sporting vehicles and the Civics, you're getting a point now. People still want that tuning and detailing. They come into your with the Chinese brands.
Now, what Japanese car you choose?
Japanese.
There should only be one choice.
I'd probably go the Honda. I'd go the Honda. GTR, but discontinued now. They're not making it anymore.
How can you have been a Fast and Furious fan and not pick GTR?
I understand.
No,
But
I can't.
Civic.
Which one though? Which one though?
Obviously the Civic.
What's the new one? The Oris.
The Oris, yeah. Something interesting.
What's your favorite brand at the moment? Like Japanese and Chinese? Like from a sporty perspective, you're talking.
Listen, always that.
Okay.
Because specifically GTR, DVTZ, and Fast and Furious had a pitch. But remember, at the end of the day, what was the original Fast and Furious cars versus Civics?
Civic? The first one? Oh yes, they had those black Civics.
Yeah.
The ones that were going in the truck. Forgot about it. Okay.
So that's it. I think again, that era where we coming in my age bracket, that's where we started with tuning and detailing. And now things have changed completely. But the GTR boys are pretty expensive vehicles. And the level of detailing you're doing is crazy. And I think you're also doing more.
So do you think the Chinese specifically Chinese, so obviously those are the bigger brands now, are they going to come out with the type of sporty type of vehicles like that? Like something to compete with the GTR, something to compete with an M3 or M4, something to compete with the C63. Do you think they would ever come with a big engine?
So I think maybe put it away completely, big engine like that.
Okay.
But you're getting electric.
Okay.
So performance is moving towards electric field, the plug-in hybrids. That's where Chinese. We just came back from China now, and the electric space is littered with sedan type of vehicles.
Oh really? Okay.
Very sporty, very sleek-looking type of vehicles, and cutting-edge design, cutting-edge technology. So we have to move away from the West and look at what English is doing now.
Yeah.
So we're going to see those type of performance cars coming in.
Okay.
So with us as well, I mean overall with Chinese PHEVs, you get a better throughput sound for that. But I know you're worried about that.
We don't.
So, but the EVs will give you the performance for sure.
But like from a sound perspective, what are you going to do for sound?
With the speakers in the car.
I think that's the biggest challenge, is that because of the regulations,
Yes.
environmental regulations, and we're not going to have those debates. But I think this morning we were discussing with some of our friends that it seems the Germans want to bring back V8s.
Yes, you did see that.
Yeah.
So if you look at a Chinese car as an example, so let's say we have Jaecoo here. So now if someone's buying a Jaecoo and they're not happy with the sound or the tone of it or the performance, are there options available for people to say, okay, cool, can we upgrade this? Can we buy an extra exhaust? Can we do software? Because like if you're going to Merc AMG, you sell a performance pack or you sell a performance pack or Acapulco, etc. So are they planning on doing something like that to bring up that aggressiveness?
Okay, so I'm going to look at the legal standpoint. It's not allowed. Because of kind of OEM warranties. Once you ask for warranty, then you can actually do it. But on your personal capacities as the owner, you have a choice what you want to do with the cars. I think we've done the seat performance.
We did one before, yeah.
And that's still a hit.
People still like it,
People like the car.
What do you think?
I think it's good. I think it's a good thing. As you all know, I used to work in Mercedes for 7 years now, back in the day, and that was a bit of a concern because they had some performance cars that the customers weren't happy with the end sound.
Yeah.
And when they wanted to look at options of aftermarket exhaust, there becomes a warranty issue. And it did affect sales to a certain extent as well, because the people wanted something that sounded better. And they didn't offer it from an OEM perspective.
That's when you go to around this AMG M. These are things that what we offer, but the market's still very small, very niche. It's a very, I would say, passionate group of followers, but not everybody can actually afford it.
Fair enough.
That's a challenge. I mean, you know, some people that are coming in here, but it's something you can aspire to.
No, of course.
I think that's always been the case, having those halo models in your stable.
So, what is your opinions at the moment on a lot of these, I'd say Cherys, Havals, Jaecoos, Omodas, where they've done kits, they've done the blackouts, they've done special things to the cars. What do you think is actually happening? Do you think that's going to keep growing, or do you think people are going to get tired?
So the thing is, it's for people who want standard. If you take any volume brand, 80% of your people who buy the cars just for HP, they have a look at the car that they but the 20% still want to stand out. Yes. Unfortunately, from our side as an OEM, we don't have the capacity to create special models. That's why we rely on your guys, your type of industry, to try to actually get that customer satisfaction in those areas.
Okay. I think customization, as you've said, is a very important part because it's easy the part as an OEM to make the product, sell the product. That's it. Yeah. Now to go and make sort of sub models and stuff like that becomes too costly for that 20% you mentioned. But there is a 20% of each market where someone's like, okay, I'm buying a car that's quite popular, but I want mine to look uniquely different. Not just customizing on other things.
We had the same discussion when we were talking in our first video about if you're buying an M2, you want it to be different. I'm the same. If I'm buying a car, I want it to be slightly different. So I think that extends to everybody, whichever price bracket you're buying a car, you want to stand out, you want to be unique. So I think it will always be there. So you can obviously talk us through if you walk through the tape, tell us what do you see here, what do you think?
Looking for the standard car, it's totally different between blackout and the series. Makes the car sound. I think some of the people who walked in earlier and saw the car were like, wow, what is this? It makes the car sound.
That's exactly
it is a beautiful car as it stands, as standard. And what you are doing, you're just taking it to the next level. So somebody makes wow, And I think that's the whole point. The blackout girls, I said the matte finish on the vehicle itself. Standard.
What are your concerns about the Chinese? Or let's say Asian cars?
I would say it's gonna take time.
Okay.
Because the way I look at it in my little experience, it's about what's gonna happen to these cars when they get to year 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old.
Okay.
Are they still gonna be durable, strong, running, still working? And nothing's falling apart. And I think once it crosses that boundary, I think they're just gonna come and take over.
You look at the Chinese markets, 23 million cars is sold last year.
In China?
In China.
Sure.
China's is, just a single country, is bigger than America and Europe together, and Japan.
And then the buying cycle in China, how is it? Do they keep a car for 3 years, 4 years?
3 years. Same type of Very similar. So we're a bit longer.
Yeah.
They buying stuff is very good. Yeah, and so that's why I'm saying that after sales and other stuff, it's a different type of mentality. And to have that, because we haven't been looking at China, or I'm going to go visit in China.
I do want to go, I just haven't been.
But what I'm saying is, you will be surprised. We might spend a lot of time in Japan.
Yes.
And then going to China 10 years after being in my last job, it's totally chocolate.
Okay. When I think about the price point,
Yeah.
it's a lot easier for the customers to change the car every 3-4 years to keep changing all the time instead of like, oh, I paid 2 million rand for this car, I'm gonna get the most out of it. So
And you look at the amount of facelifts and stuff, like normally the Germans will do 3 years for facelift, model change after 5. We can potentially, or Chinese can potentially do it within quarter or 6 months. Kind of whatever.
I saw like even on the 208, they did a facelift in like a year and a half.
So it's a different way of thinking about the industry. And you're getting new technology, latest updates, so the industry will start shifting. Now you're going to see at the next model shows and stuff with the Chinese brands, I forget this and other brands, you'll see a lot of difference in tech.
Yeah. Okay. So we're excited to see.
So, I mean, I can tell you now that one of the German brands have just brought in a SUV, which is pretty much built in China.
Oh, really?
Yeah, one of the top.
that's really
Thanks for coming through today, Neil. We really appreciate all the insight. We'll definitely have you back again when there's more Chinese cars here. And we want to see where it's growing. We want to see what's happening in the industry. And obviously, he's quite interested as well because I think he's going to buy a Chinese car.
on the fence.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Nice.
Thank you so much.